Thank you so much for coming. My name is TESCH, and I'm president of the Economic Development Council, and welcome to the Cheney Brothers groundbreaking. It's an exciting day. It's my great pleasure to do introductions and welcome. At this time, would you please stand with me and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, it's certainly a wonderful day, and we couldn't pick a better day to have this very important event. We have a number of special guests that I would like to recognize. Although all of you are very special, everyone here is special. There's even more special people. So before we begin our program, let me introduce our distinguished guests. And we're absolutely delighted to have today Florida's Chief Financial Officer, Jimmy PATRONIS. In fact, CFO PATRONIS and I were talking about just some of the amazing economic development that has occurred in the state of Florida, and it's an honor to have you here, sir. We have several other distinguished guests. From the office of Congressman Brian Mast, we have Angel Robertson. And from the office of State Representative Dana Trabulsi, we have Catherine Thompson. As you may know, the governor called a special session in Tallahassee, so many of our state legislative delegation could not be here. Also joining us from Senator Rick Scott's office is Ryan Natick. How do you, Ryan? Ryan has a lot of additional consonants in his names that makes it particularly difficult to pronounce, but he helped me. It's good to see you, and glad you're here from Senator Scott's office. And we have Ann Bolduc from Senator Gail Harrell's office. Thanks for coming, Ann. From St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners, we have Commission Chair Sean Mitchell. Vice Chair Franny Hutchinson. Commissioner Linda Bartz. Commissioner Chris Zadowski. I'm not sure if Commissioner Townsend made it. I didn't see her, but did she make it? Okay. And we're also glad to have Assistant County Administrator Mark Satterley with us today. From the City of Port St. Lucie, we have Mayor Shannon Martin. City Council Member Stephanie Morgan. And Council Member Dave Pickett. And City Manager Russ Blackburn. Russ, great to see you. There's many other important people here that we'll introduce later, but I would like to expend a special welcome to Byron Russell and his wife, Laura. Byron, it's great to see you. It's a long time in the making, and we look forward to having a long working relationship here in Port St. Lucie with Cheney Brothers. It's truly a remarkable day. Since I'm with the EDC, and I want to introduce some of our EDC Executive Committee members. We have Aslina Goldstein, our Vice Chair, Robert Barfield, Sharita Walker, and Rob Lord. Rob is our immediate past chair, and Rob, thanks for coming out. So I'd like to introduce our staff. Jill Marassa, Jen Dubé, Candy Marlowe and Marlene Salser. They definitely make it happen. Sorry for all the wind. It's just horrible. Maureen has me well scripted, so I'm not supposed to go off script. So bear with me here. Before we hear from CFO PATRONIS, the mayor, and the chairman, just a little background about how we started with this project. This project effectively is known as Project Bullet. This all began with our good friend and colleague Richard Tamboni back in the spring of 2019, and also Robert Smith. And Richard said, hey, there's a company called Cheney Brothers that's looking to expand. And I said, oh, that's a great company. And Byron Russell's my friend. And I said, oh, that's great. I think Byron's an excellent guy. So we got to meet Warren Newell, the Director of Development. Warren, where are you? Warren, thank you so much. I know he's hiding. Everybody with the city and the county and just about every person that gulps a breath of air in St. Lucie County now knows Warren. So this project's been 3 years in the making. Obviously, COVID-19 and the pandemic did not help. Working with Russ Blackburn, Wes McCurry, and others with the city, and also with Sansone Group to develop Legacy Park. Cheney Brothers is finally happening, 3 years in the making. So with a lot of hard work and our partnerships, we're making it happen. So 53 acres, 365,000 square feet, $72 million in capital investment, and 275 high-wage jobs. This is great for the community. So we're going to hear from Mayor Martin. Chris, I'm sorry, it's like fading in and out. Maybe the wireless is just blowing it, the wind is blowing it. So anyway, hang with me. So with that, I would like to introduce Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Patronis. CFO Patronis is also the State Fire Marshal and a member of the Florida Cabinet. A native Floridian born and raised in Panama City, he began his public service career as an intern in the Florida Senate and also in the United Kingdom's House of Commons. After graduating from college, Mr. Patronis was appointed to the Federal Election Commission by then Governor Lawton Chiles and was later appointed by Governor Jeb Bush. He previously served in the Florida House of Representatives for 8 years, also on the Constitution Revision Commission and on Florida's Public Service Commission. CFO Patronis, we're delighted to have you today, and how about a warm welcome for Mr. Patronis.
Thanks, Pete. Good morning. So, the first thing I'm sitting there, I'm watching Pete make all the announcements and go through everybody who's here and all the wonderful people and all the public servants that were here. It's great to have everybody. And I'm sitting there looking around as the speaker's starting to act up and show an attitude. And I noticed, Byron, you know what I just saw? Probably an expenditure. Where's Byron at? Hey, you know what an expenditure you're going to have? You're going to have to add another name onto those drugs. You know that. Did you see it too? You can put a bumper sticker on that says, St. Lucie. So anyway, it's an honor to be here with y'all. This was a big deal for me to be here. A lot of folks don't realize, but my family's been in the restaurant business for about 60 years. I'd say for probably about the last 8, we've been exclusively a Cheney Brothers customer. So when Warren called me and asked me if I would come down to the groundbreaking, he actually called me. He said, Jimmy, can you get the governor here? And I'm thinking, what am I, child liver? And so as I'm lobbying the governor's office, the special session's taking place. And I think what I'm going to first do is if you're, and I know that Pete just announced everybody's names, but if you're an LA or staff from one of the legislative offices or congressional offices, will you stand up a minute? Don't sit down. All right, so more importantly, what I want y'all all to do is make sure you go get, where's Ludwin? You're here too. You're part of my office. Yeah, he's up there. So Ludwin's probably there. Go grab one of their business cards, because they're a hell of a lot more important than who they represent. So if you ever really, truly, you know, these are the folks that make all the decisions here in the trenches. They're the ones manning the phones 24/7, 365 on behalf of those offices that are doing some work in Dallas. Thank y'all for your service to the state. So, you know, we like I said, going back to what our relationship is with Cheney, BYRON and his extended family and all the presidents they have in the state of Florida, it's nice to have such a significant investment from a Florida-based company. And, you know, employing Florida jobs, keeping the money in the state of Florida. It doesn't go to some, you know, shareholders in other parts of the state or the country and whatnot. It all stays right here. It gets spent right here in Florida. And, you know, soon enough, we'll probably see maybe even operations in other parts of Florida. So it's exciting to see this type of investment taking place. And we're going to turn dirt and we're going to make a difference right here in St. Lucie County. I want to give some shout outs, and I know we've got a bunch of our first responders in the back of the room, so I'm going to, you know, point out all their names, and then I want y'all to please give them a round of applause. So we've got Chief of Police for the City of Port St. Lucie, John Bolduc. Go ahead, sure. Assistant Police Chief of the City of Port St. Lucie, Rich Del Toro. John Della Croce, Police Sergeant for the City of Port St. Lucie. John Boyer, Fire Marshal, St. Lucie County Fire District. Paul Langell, Deputy Chief, St. Lucie Fire District. And Jeff Lee, the Assistant Fire Chief for St. Lucie Fire District. Thank y'all so much for your service. Y'all been through hell over the last couple years, and anyway, people don't realize, until I got this job, I didn't think about it enough. In the restaurant business, I was there for 30 years, and we always had a deputy at the restaurant. Daddy was held up at gunpoint back in 1972, so we've always had a deputy there at the restaurant, and you don't really think about it. It's kind of like part of the fabric of the business we're in. We're a big operation. We'll pump in a couple thousand people a night, and sometimes you get special people. You know, those special people require extra attention, and you think about, you know, so we make a change. You bring somebody in to provide an extra peace of mind to the business, and that's what these men and women do every single day. We don't have this incredible economy in this state if it's not a safe place. BYRON will not make this investment here in this county unless it's a safe place to make it. People will not want to move here to work here in this operation unless it's a safe place. So again, thank you so much for what you do to create the environment we have in the state. We're going to see almost 400,000 square feet of building pop up on this site. And the vision that it takes, the commitment, the investment, that sounds so amazing. That's almost as bad as the speaker. The vision that it takes, the guts, the courage to want to make this investment because of the planned future growth. There's about 900 people a day moving to the state of Florida. And it's crazy, 900 people a day. And you think about it, I like to tell people the story of the couple who has just retired and say they work for the state of New Jersey. They're state employees. And they decide to leave New Jersey because of high taxes, government, weather, snow, you name it. But they're going to come down to the state of Florida, and they're bringing their savings, they're bringing their retirement, they're bringing their pension, and they come here because we've created a good, safe environment for them. And what are they doing? They're bringing their wealth with them. And, you know, every day when somebody that moves the state, again, I get worried about what type of politics they're going to bring with them, but as they come to this state, they're driving down the cost of living because, you know what, they're going to put kids in they're going to put, a house in our communities, but they're not going to put any kids in our schools. They're empty nesters. So we create this environment that hopefully benefits us all. But it starts at the top. We've got an incredible governor. Ron DeSantis is doing an amazing job. He's kept this state on a path of prosperity. He's pushed back when he's needed to push back, and the legislature's done a great job. We potentially are going to see the biggest budget reserves in the history of the state. but it all goes back to good businesses investing well in the state of Florida. And I'm a big believer that you spend your money better than Tallahassee does. But we're going to see 275 new jobs created right here on this site as we see this development that is going to spin off value, resources, revenues, and prosperity for decades to come. And I'll be last I'll leave you with is some of the things I'm proud about in the state of Florida. We've got a AAA bond rating by all three major credit rating agencies. And what does that mean? That means we got a really good FICO credit score. When we borrow money in the state of Florida, we're borrowing it 1% or 1.5% cheaper than in Illinois or in New Jersey or California. I know those aren't bellwethers of fiscal responsibility, but I'm pretty proud to say that we borrow money cheaper because of our fiscal responsibility. We have no personal income tax, low corporate taxes, and unlike, again, New Jersey, New York, or California, we're not going to shut you down. We're going to keep you open for business. I still like to say Florida's for winners, and I'm a big believer that this is where Florida, where we shine, where we prosper, is we create an environment for winners, just like BYRON and Team Cheney, to continue making an investment and grow the state. Pete, you're lucky. Where's Pete at? Pete, you're lucky. You're lucky you got a place like this to work and develop and grow. Thank you for your leadership. Warren, thank you for having me down here. I know you were looking at your phone just now, but it's okay. I appreciate everything that you do. And I know I'm not the governor, but I do sign his paycheck. And, he does answer my phone calls. Again, thank you so much, BYRON. Thank you so much, Warren. Thank you so much for what y'all are doing to make this commitment. And Mayor, Chairman, thank y'all all what you're doing to be so supportive, to create an environment here that creates the type of state we're all so proud to live in. God bless.
Thank you very much, CFO Patronis. We really appreciate your comments. And I think Warren is talking to Chief Langle right now with the fire district. My sincere apologies. I've missed two very important people. Our St. Lucie County property appraiser, Michelle Franklin, and our St. Lucie County clerk, Michelle Miller. It's all written here for me. You know me. CFO Patronis mentioned about the strong economic and business climate that we have in Florida, and that's certainly the case here in St. Lucie County. There's a shout out that I'd like to do for some people that are actually working right now and doing the great work here of building these buildings, and that is Arco Murray, who is the general contractor of the project. They've done a lot of phenomenal things here. And representing Arco Murray here today are Steve Gray, the project superintendent, and project managers Drew Baylock and Brian Westry. So thanks to Arco Murray and for making it happen here. Now it's my special pleasure to introduce the chairman of the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners, Sean Mitchell. Sean, come on up. So glad to see you got comfortable shoes on today, too.
Thank you so much. On behalf of St. Lucie County Commissioners, Franny Hutchinson, Linda Bartz, Chris Sadowski, and Kathy Townsend, thank you. In opening a new distribution and warehouse facility in St. Lucie County, Cheney Brothers will ultimately be investing in more than $65 million in our county. Not only will more than 275 of our residents have the opportunity to secure jobs that pay close to 150% more of our county's average wage. This investment will provide $200,000 a year to fund our fire district, more than $400,000 a year to educate our children, and so much more. As great economic development projects like Cheney Brothers comes here to our county and our city, the county's tax rates can decrease without a reduction in services. $65 million, imagine that. That's an investment in prominent South Florida-based company like Cheney Brothers in BYRON. Shows that our Economic Development Council efforts are paying off with ultimate beneficiaries like the county residents. Once this investment and other investments begin operating, the increase in the tax base, which has far too long fallen on heavily on residential properties, tax rates can come down and no services cut, which is a win-win for everyone. The tools we have in our economic development toolkit were an important factor in enabling St. Lucie County and Port St. Lucie to become part of Cheney Brothers' generational success story. I believe I talked to BYRON before, and they are in their 4th generation of family operation. And the 3 words you love to hear from an elected official, and in conclusion, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Shannon Martin, the mayor of the great city of Port St. Lucie. Shannon.
Good morning, everybody. I apologize for the sunglasses. I've had some issues with my eyes and still have light sensitivity, so I need to wear them this morning. So again, good morning, and thank you, Pete, for allowing me a few minutes to welcome everyone here to Port St. Lucie. And on behalf of our city council and our city manager, we are very excited to celebrate this groundbreaking, which Cheney Brothers is a true South Florida family-run institution. So again, welcome to the city of Port St. Lucie, and this is especially important to the development of our Southern Groves job corridor. And as was mentioned, this day has been a long time coming, and our city staff and council and everyone really have been looking so forward to this event for almost 3 years now. And I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to everyone involved, and it was a lot of hard work by Cheney Brothers, our EDC, our city team, and Wes McCurry especially working so hard on this, and to keep this project really going and steadily moving forward through the challenges of the pandemic. And I'd like to thank our county partners as well. We all know, working together, how important economic development is here in Port St. Lucie and how it benefits our entire county and our entire region. And we are very grateful that everyone endured and supported this very important project that will create so many jobs that are so valuable to our citizens. It is really windy. We know that some of the current employees that work in Riviera Beach live here in Port St. Lucie. And the opportunity for them to work closer to home will have a direct benefit for those workers and their families, as well as the rest of the 275 plus employees who will be working locally at Cheney Brothers. Having good local paying jobs like these means fewer PSL workers will need to commute outside of the city for work. And we all know that this has a direct positive impact on our city's quality of life. With this project, the city has gained a new valuable partner, not only for economic development and job creation, but in ways we probably never anticipated when we started. For example, it's a major benefit to have a large food storage facility nearby in times of emergencies. And I was happy to hear Mr. Newell make this point earlier this year after the site plan was approved. He pointed out that when completed, this facility will service restaurants, clubs, and hotels in the region, and also provide a safety net for supplies, if needed, and when hurricanes strike. I really appreciate that Cheney Brothers recognizes this important role that they have in our community, and I know we all look forward to that partnership. So once again, I want to say welcome to Port St. Lucie. We're so happy that you are here, and we are very excited that Cheney Brothers has become an integral part of the fabric of our city and a great community partner. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. The regional jobs corridor, it has begun and it's growing, and thank you so much for your comments. So it's my pleasure to now introduce BYRON Russell, the chairman and CEO of Cheney Brothers. Byron, it's great to see you. Let me just talk a little bit about Cheney Brothers before you come up, but just 1 second, okay? All right, I will dispense with all the great things about Cheney Brothers, but I do want to say one personal item. It's my pleasure to see you again, Byron. I had the distinct pleasure of working with Byron back in Ocala on the first Cheney Brothers distribution center outside of Palm Beach County. And it was, you know, I think about it now, Byron, because it was you and me back then. And, you know, I guess it was happier, simpler times as far as site selection and developing the project there in Ocala. There's a lot of stories, but to protect the guilty, I'm not going to mention them. But we made it through, and it's just phenomenal to see the success that has occurred with Cheney Brothers over the course of the time that I've known Byron. So Byron, this doesn't happen often in the economic development profession to get these type of projects, so I'm honored to work with you and your great staff. Cheney Brothers is one of Florida's finest corporations and just a great corporate citizen. And we're so glad that you and Laura are here. And with that, I'm going to sit down and let you talk.
Think about this for a second. I guess I do have a little agenda here, and I'll rifle through that in a minute. But I would like to start off by saying to the city and county officials and the community of Port St. Lucie, the 3,000 Cheney Brothers employees are all humbled and honored to be part of this community. And we look forward to being a bigger part of it as we grow this company, especially the law enforcement and fire departments. We all just try to partner up with them in every community we're in, and many other local charities. So we're really excited for this opportunity, and we're honored to have the opportunity to be part of this community. This is a really nice podium Warren got us. It doesn't have a teleprompter, so I'm gonna knock out a few thank yous and then tell a couple stories, hopefully. So I'm gonna save our employees for last. Start off by saying thank you to the Synovus Bank team. Michael Walker, are you here? For financing this project for us and giving us a great deal and believing in our abilities. So thank you. To Jimmy, been a great asset to the state of Florida and a great friend to Cheney Brothers, and thank you for all your kind words and your service. Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking the time to come down here, and I mean, y'all did a phenomenal job. I know Warren and a lot of people put this together, but it's real. This is the nicest one we've been to. To the city and county officials, thank you all for making this possible. I know what goes into this. I've done it a few times myself before I had the luxury of having Warren on our team. It was quite time-consuming, complicated, and it seemed like I was never getting anywhere when I was trying to do it myself. So that goes without saying to you, Warren, thank you for all your hard work and everything you've done and finding this site and putting it together and getting this to fruition. I'd like to thank Mike Sullivan, our CFO. We've been together, close to 15 years now. It's a big part of our success. Shane Simmons, my nephew, my sister's middle son, is our CEO of the company. Another 15-plus year employee. This guy needs to stand up. Cecil King. He and I worked together 41 years. 41 years. He's over all the buildings and all the trucks. Warren Newell, I already thank you. Cheney here, Kyle here. My other two nephews are part of the company too. I think Rochelle called in sick from what I heard, so Rob, our other in-house attorneys here on her behalf. And we got a lot of work to do to put this together. Mike Bizzuto, our board member, one of my closest friends, came down from Connecticut. He runs a giant operation up in food service operation, mostly retail, up in the Northeast. And we cover the Southeast, but we're food service. So thank you, Mike, for taking the time to come down here. I have another team of people that have been with me a long time. I have Kenna and Lynn that are here from our marketing department. They're probably close to 35 years now with the company. My assistant Shay, 35 years with me. Danny Wells, probably 35 plus years with me that handles all our refrigeration for all our warehouses. So a lot of history here. And I couldn't be here without all their hard work and support. Tamboni, my old fraternity brother. Thank you for guiding us through this project and bringing it to our attention. I think I've covered everybody. I'll give you a little history about Cheney Brothers, and I've had the distinct pleasure of working for the company for 50 plus years. I started with my grandfather back in the early 70s, late 60s, doing every job. We were obviously a smaller company. I think when I started the company, we probably did about 10 million in sales. This year, we're at 3 billion in sales, so we've come a long way. And I certainly can't take credit for that because it's a team of the 3,000 employees that have made us continue to grow and successful. We had a few bumpy years through COVID, but through the recession in 2007 and 8, but we've continued to dig harder and work through it and keep growing. Our business grows in every community because there's restaurants, there's hotels, there's country clubs, there's schools, there's hospitals. Everybody needs food at some point, paper goods, cleaning supplies, and that's what we provide. We pay very good wages. We hate turnover. We like our employees to become part of our family. Almost every employee has my cell phone number. I'm always there to help them whenever possible. Sometimes I get some strange phone calls on the weekend, but I look at it as an opportunity to be part of that family. So, I know I thought of 100 things while I was sitting here, and I'm going to forget some of them, but that's kind of.
Say something nice
about
Laura.
Yeah.
I will. She's last. Chris. Kind of a unique history. She started out as my maid. And hated to lose her. But when Pete, TESCH, and I put the project together in Ocala, the construction team that we had up there was kind of falling apart, falling behind, over budget, taking forever. So Chris was kind enough to go up there, take over that job on Cheney's behalf. She helped me build my ranch. She got a little familiar with construction. And then a short period of time, went up there, took over that job, got us back on time, got us back under budget, and then told me she wanted to stay up there and work and be part of our team up there. So I've missed her ever since, but I've been proud of everything you've done for us up there. And she's getting ready to retire after 30-some years. So we're all going to miss her. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to figure out a way to keep her working up in the Statesville operation. Joe Hebert, who runs our IT division, another long-term employee, I'm going to say close to 30 years. Is it 30? Oh, God, time flies. I remember when I was a programmer working with him. It was a lot of fun. So we look forward to having a great time. I look forward to working up in this community and getting to know everybody personally. If anybody needs my card or needs my phone number, I'd like to have the opportunity to come up, have lunch or dinner, and get to know everybody, and y'all get to know me and what we're about. So on behalf of all of our employees, thank you to each and every one of you. You've all recognized so many friendly faces that have been a big part of our growth in our company, and appreciate y'all taking that time to come here and sit through the wind and enjoy the weather, I guess, but consider what it is up north right now. But thank you for all your support. And to Laura, we've been together about 10, 12 years now, and thank you for putting up with me 24/7, because our company does run 24 hours a day, 6.5 days a week. So we're full speed, and we're going to be full speed ahead in this project. So thank you all. You want a picture with a shovel?
Great job, Byron.
Thank you, Pete.
Thank you very much, Byron and Laura. This is great. I see Lynn and Kenna, Chris, and Shay here. And just to underscore the importance of a great staff, Shay, it's great to see you. Kind of going back to the Ocala project, Byron called the wrong organization in Ocala, but he got a hold of me because of Shay. He goes, Byron, you called the wrong group, call the EDC up there. And then I won't share all the gory details, but we got the right building, the right location for Byron, but Shay saved the day for that community up there. And I just want to let you all know that I'm out of the witness protection program here, and it's all good. So that concludes our remarks. We're going to do the groundbreaking ceremony, and we're going to have adult supervision do this. Jill and Jen and Maureen are going to organize the flights regarding the groups that will be up here for the dirt. Warren has decided that we're not going to wear hard hats. Joel Dramis, I hope that's okay. Okay, just want to make sure that we're not violating the Florida construction code. So with that, thank you so much for coming. It's been a great morning. So many thanks to Byron and the Cheney brothers team. We look forward to having, again, a very strong working relationship, and can't wait for the grand opening of this wonderful facility. So you all have a great day, and thank you again for coming. Jill, how do you want to do the first group? We got it. Thank you.